growing up, used to surf at Jack all the time, and then yeah, used to go everywhere surfing with Dad or friends' dads, you know. So they used to take us. Yeah, it was always Winky Pop. But sometimes he surf bells, but he asked for his ashes to be spread out of Winky Pop, so we did that when he died.
Brian, Carly's dad, so much like him. Sometimes I look at photos of Brian and I just think, oh, I can see, particularly around the eye area. Yeah. Definitely with his love of skiing and surfing. I guess that's come from Brian.
I was given the opportunity to learn how to surf and learn how to ski as a kid, and I feel really lucky that my dad and my mum took me skiing all the time, and it's one of the main things I want to give my kids.
So that was last year when the girls graduated to getting poles. So that was a big moment. Anyway, I love that photo. He was always a very adventurous. When we had our first baby, Morley, we took him to Europe skiing. I remember thinking, oh my God, this is insane, and I would never do anything like this if I hadn't married someone like Carlo. And I also felt this whole sense of accomplishment that I can do anything now. Like I was very nervous about travelling, and Carlo pushed me out of that. And it was the best holiday of my entire life. Hands down, I've never had a better holiday. Lugging this baby and everything around. That's probably kind of sums Carlo up as far as his adventurous side. Yeah, but at home, I think he's a great dad. Loves his kids. Yeah.
People would always ask me, how are you feeling? And I'd always have to lie. I'd always have to say, yeah, great, but I felt like a liar because I'd never felt good. Even when we first started dating, I kind of would notice maybe a little bit of up and down, and I think Carlo has a tendency to maybe be a little bit manic at times, and then if things weren't going well with work or stress would come in, he'd really take that quite hard. And I think when I look back now, while skiing and surfing is a huge part of his life, I think he was trying to find something to make him happy. I actually think he was just trying to feel something that he couldn't find. I was just looking at these babies, and that was the most perfect things I'd ever seen, and this little boy, and we lived in this amazing place, and we had the beach, and we had beautiful friends, and you know, my world was perfect. And I remember one day Carlo just losing it and saying that I hate my life. I hate my life, and screaming at me, and I'm holding these babies going, I don't understand what's going on. It wasn't like I wasn't having a good life. I was still surfing a lot, I was still skiing a lot, I was still hanging with my family, and they were all great things. Like, I had a good life, but it's just I wasn't feeling I guess, optimal. I always was flat. I think we'd had a rough couple of months of like a fire in the house, and the business wasn't doing so well, and which is always that it always happens at winter time. I guess a whole lot of things built up, and it just built up.
You know, it's like being on a ride. I didn't know we were going to go up or down. He was just all over the place. He'd get up in the night, and I'd find him sitting in the lounge room crying, and I said, you've got to go to the doctors. Like, I don't care. And I wasn't sympathetic at all. I was harsh. I said, you sort this out, you get to the doctors now. So he did, and he said he talked about it and this and that, and he felt a bit better. And then a week later, that's it, he just lost it. He was on the floor, and he was sobbing and crying, and saying that he was thinking about
and he'd had thoughts of killing himself, but he kept saying, I'd never do it, I'd never leave you. So at that point we rang the doctor again and I went in with him, and we were lucky that he got a doctor that he could relate to, was about the same age, male. And so we just had this really open conversation. I was crying in the doctor's, like I was sobbing. He was sobbing. And the doctor was great, and he did get prescribed something then, and he chose to take it.
I do a lot of things to try and not be depressed, and you know, I've exercised all my life. I eat a really healthy diet, and you know, I do things like a breathing routine, a Wim Hof breathing, for 3 years now. So it's not like I don't try and look after myself. It was definitely something that wasn't balancing right in my head.
For Carlo, it's a whole holistic, but without adding in the medication into that mix, I don't think we would have ever got to the place that we're at now. It's just slowly gotten better, and now I feel like I've got exactly the same husband. I've just got a much happier version. When you become vulnerable and you do let people in, it's amazing. I think he's potentially found more happiness and peace in the little things that happen every day, rather than trying to find big moments. Yeah, it's my absolute most favourite family photo. We're kind of standing there trying to hold it together, and the kids are just doing their own things.
All the kids are having fun, and you know, I don't know, it sums up our family pretty well. Yeah.
I reckon at the end of the day though, I didn't give up on Carlo, and you can't give up because you can get it, a lot of the time you can get it right.
I've been lucky to still be alive and still go through this journey, and I want to be out there to help people, whether it's my son or whether it's his friends or whether it's my dad's old friends. I want to be able to talk to people about it as well, because I think it's very important to talk about it.